It's November 23rd, and I'm just landed here at Heathrow from Rome on my return journey, and just noticed these signs. Oh, how much the white man is doing to boost the self-esteem of Africans and all the rest. In the Colosseum itself, there's an extensive exhibition on the Severan dynasty, which is the North African dynasty of the Caesars. Beautiful. Yet more propaganda. It never ends.
Just throw it away and didn't get them?
No, they're in my car.
Are you going to tell me we're not being propagandized? Well, just about exactly 24 hours after leaving my bed and breakfast in Rome, I have landed in Spokane, having gone through London and then Seattle. And the snow is coming down. Luckily, before we left Seattle, I decided I didn't want to drive through this snow, the 39 miles back from this airport to Coeur d'Alene. So I got a hotel room at one of the little, well, a motel. I guess they call it a hotel here. The Wyndham here at the airport. So I'll be staying there tonight. I'm glad I got that, because I do not want to be driving in this snow. So my Roman pilgrimage is basically at an end. Well, it's the morning of November 24th, 2018, and I am in this hotel room, the Wyndham at the Spokane airport, with non-fluorescent style lighting in this wonderful bed. And I have been filled with gratitude since I've been here. What was it all about? It wasn't just about seeing death, crypts, tombs, wonderfully preserved saints' bodies. It wasn't just about seeing great artwork. Bramante, Bernini, all the rest, Michelangelo. It wasn't an art appreciation trip, though that was part of it. It had to be. But what it was really all about was the incarnation and the yes of Mary. It was all about Jesus Christ coming to us in the flesh to redeem us. And the Blessed Virgin Mary saying, yes, I will be the vessel for the redemption of man. That's what Rome is about. It's about the incarnation of the second person of the Holy Trinity, the incarnation of the Christ in Jesus of Nazareth to redeem us from sin. And it's also about the yes of the Blessed Virgin Mary. She said, yes, I will be the vessel of redemption. And so a Roman pilgrimage is not about visiting catacombs and tombs and cemeteries and altars and all the rest of it, although that's a part of it, but it's not the end of it. It's a means to the end, in my opinion, of attaining real gratitude and understanding that Rome is all about Jesus Christ and the yes of the Blessed Virgin Mary to Jesus Christ. And if we forget that, as it seems that so many have, and so many Romans have, because it seems to be really actually a very unhappy city. I didn't find the Roman people to be happy people. Now, part of that, of course, is big city life and all the rest of it today, and absorption in screens. But I think fundamentally it's really about loss of faith. The Romans are wandering, stumbling throughout this glorious city, surrounded by. They don't understand it any longer. They're surrounded by buildings they don't understand, and so they're replacing, for example, these glorious altars, like in the St. Andrew video I made, and these sanctuaries designed for the traditional Mass. These buildings are built for that. And they're replacing those altars with pitiful tables and sterile sanctuaries, because their Mass is sterile. This Novus Ordo is pitiful and sterile, and so the buildings aren't fitting for it. But the point is, the Roman people have lost sight. Their horizon has been so lowered that they're sort of in the muck of the Novus Ordo, and have been brought down low, and don't understand, it seems to me, what that city around them is all about, and what it was about from the very beginning. The incarnation of the Christ and the yes of the Blessed Virgin Mary. And I think that's, aside from the spectacular setting of the Church of Santa Maria in Araqueli, aside from that spectacular setting on top of the Capitoline Hill and light, the whole situation there, that could be why it's my favorite church in Rome, because it combines all of it. The incarnation, the yes of the incarnation, the glory, the transcendence atop the hill, the surmounting of Rome. Here's this tremendous church atop the Capitoline Hill. In any event, I want to retain this sense of gratitude that I have right now, the gratitude for God incarnating, redeeming us from sin, and the Blessed Virgin saying yes. So remember that. The fundamental lesson, or one of the fundamental lessons of Rome, was gratitude. Gratitude for the incarnation. Gratitude for the Blessed Virgin Mary saying yes. Gratitude for all of those saints, all of those martyrs saying yes. And being a part of that family and saying yes to God in gratitude. I just walked out this door. Oh yeah, it's cold. It's actually not that cold. It's actually about 34 degrees, but it looks a lot colder than it is. Shit. Wow. Oh. I have to be careful. Ice, ice, ice. I do not have snowshoes on, no spikes. I'm glad I stayed here last night. I am glad I did not try to drive through all of that snow on the way home. It's going to be sketchy enough as I just slipped again on black ice. It's going to be sketchy enough just driving home in the daylight. I've got to take it very patiently, very slowly. My car should be in that lot right there among the... Geez, I think there are thousands of cars in this economy lot. It's been sitting there for the last 31 days. I overinflated the tires before I came here, just in case. So I hope there hasn't been too much deflation of the tires as the car has been sitting there for the last 30 days, and as my ears begin to freeze. Yes, this feeling of gratitude that I was talking about earlier is propelling me in joy through these miserable conditions. May it continue to do so. All right. I think I parked in the K2 region as usual. I know it was on the left side. I think I may have nabbed a spot before the K2 area. There it is. Okay, so I know it's still here. That's a good sign. The tire's still inflated. Oh, they appear to be. Oh, excellent. All right, the next step. Will the car start? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh. Will the car start? Oh, yes. Oh, wow.
House, which said, brand.
Oh. Let's see the tire inflation situation. That was from before. It has to make a new adjustment. Has the left rear already adjusted, or is it going to get even lower? Or did I forget? Is that the one I didn't have time to... Yeah, for some reason it didn't inflate properly at first, and then I didn't have time to do it again. Right. In any event, I think it's going to be okay. I'm going to take this car back to the hotel.
Please proceed to the highlighted route.
And I'll hang out there, let things warm up, let things thaw out a little bit, check out by 11, and then be on my way. All right, it's now just past 11 a.m. on November 24th, and I'm about halfway home from the Spokane airport. Got 19 miles to go. It's 34 degrees outside. Vicky tells me that they got 6 inches of snow last night. makes sense given what I'm seeing. So I think I made the right decision not to try to drive home in the snowstorm last night, and to instead wait until right now. Almost exactly 39 hours after I left Rome, or I should say the B&B in Rome, at 5:30 a.m. local time Rome, almost exactly 39 hours later, I am here at home. Oh, what a trip that was.